Okay, let's just dive right in. Your team is definitely taking notes, but is anyone ever finding them again? Today, we're going to figure out how to pick the perfect AI note-taking app, one that actually solves your team's biggest headaches.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? The real issue isn't capturing information, it's finding it when you actually need it. Someone takes great notes, shoves them in their own private folder, and boom. By next week, that critical decision has vanished into the digital ether.
I mean, we've all felt this, right? You've got notes in your email, some in Slack DMs, a few in a random Google Doc. The information is there, but because it's not connected or searchable, it's not real knowledge. It's just noise. It's not working for you.
So, here's the most important thing to get. The best AI note-taking app isn't the one with the most bells and whistles. Not at all. It's the one that zeroes in on and fixes the specific breakdown in how your team shares and remembers things.
So what are we really talking about when we say a team app? Well, it's a tool that automates the boring stuff. It captures the conversations for you, puts them in one shared place, and makes every single word searchable. If the AI isn't actually cutting down on manual work, it's just another piece of software creating a new kind of mess.
Look, to find the right solution, you have to diagnose the problem first. So think of these next few slides as a quick little quiz. Let's pinpoint exactly where your team's workflow is falling apart.
Okay, be honest with yourself here. As we walk through these next 3 situations, which one makes you kind of nod and think, oof, yep, that's us?
This is the team that lives in back-to-back video calls. The second a meeting ends, all the key decisions and action items just seem to evaporate into thin air because no one had a free hand to write them down. So everyone walks away with a slightly different idea of what just happened.
In this scenario, people are taking notes, for sure, but they're all locked away in their own personal accounts. This is a huge risk, because what happens when a team member leaves? A massive chunk of your team's brain just walks right out the door with them.
We've all seen this poor soul, the designated scribe, head down, just furiously typing away. They can't participate, they can't challenge an idea, and their unique perspective is totally lost because they're stuck being a human tape recorder.
All right, now that you've hopefully recognized your team's specific pain point, let's match it to the right tool. This is all about getting the right prescription for your specific problem.
So if your problem is meeting overload, what you need is an automatic transcriptionist. Otter.ai is absolutely fantastic for your internal team meetings. It hooks into your calendar and just records everything automatically. But Fireflies.ai is probably the better bet for any calls with clients, especially for sales teams, because it plugs right into your CRM.
Now, if your problem is scattered knowledge, you don't need a transcriber, you need a shared brain. Notion AI is perfect for teams that want to build a really structured, organized knowledge base. On the other hand, for smaller teams that do a lot of writing, Mem AI is kind of magical because it automatically connects related ideas for you, no organizing required.
What I love about a table like this is that it makes the trade-offs crystal clear. You can see at a glance which tools are great at transcription and which ones are built for things like CRM integration. See, Fireflies is a no-brainer for sales teams, while Notion AI is really all about what you do with your notes after you create them.
And of course, there are other great options out there for specific situations. If your team basically lives inside Microsoft 365, then Copilot is a must. If you want your meeting notes to magically create tasks in your project manager, Coda AI is incredibly powerful. And for startups trying to keep things simple, Tascade rolls notes, tasks, and video calls into one neat package.
But listen, just picking the right tool is not enough. So many teams get super excited about a new app only to have nobody using it 2 months later. And it's usually not the tool's fault. It's how it was set up.
These are the 4 big reasons new tools fail. First, no standard format. If everyone's notes look different, searching for something is impossible. Second, if no one is in charge of checking the AI summary, mistakes can get logged as facts. Third, letting people use personal accounts, well, that defeats the whole purpose of a shared tool. And finally, you have to have a human give the AI's output a quick once-over before you share it. A 2-minute sanity check saves hours of confusion later.
And this is absolutely critical. Before you record a single conversation, you have to get this right. Announce that you're recording at the beginning of every single call. Get consent from clients, ideally in writing. And double-check where your data is stored to make sure you're compliant with rules like GDPR. Getting this wrong destroys trust, and that's way harder to fix than a software bug.
So, to bring this all home, here's a simple little framework for you.
Just 3 questions. If you ask your team these 3 questions, I promise you'll be 90% of the way to making the right choice. This is the big one. If the problem is happening during the meeting, like no one can take notes, then you need a transcription tool like Otter or Fireflies. If the problem is finding things after the meeting is over, then you need a knowledge management tool like Notion AI or Mem. It's a simple fork in the road.
Integrations can literally make the decision for you. If your sales team lives and breathes in Salesforce or HubSpot, then Fireflies.ai is the obvious choice. Its integration is just seamless. If you're a Microsoft-first company, Copilot is designed to keep everything right there in that ecosystem.
And finally, team size really matters. A nimble tool like Taskade or Mem is perfect for a small startup of, say, 10 people. But if you're a larger organization with 50 or more people, you're going to need the more heavy-duty workspaces and admin features you'll find in something like Notion AI or a business plan from Fireflies.
So at the end of the day, it all comes down to this. Your team is building a collective memory with every single meeting, every decision, every day. The only real question is that memory an asset that's helping you move faster and be smarter, or is it a liability scattered across a dozen different places? Choosing the right tool and setting it up the right way makes all the difference in the world.